Hey friends, and welcome to the Wishing Clock. Today I have for you a ship with me. It has been a very long time since we've done one of these, but I thought the 3-day weekend was kind of a perfect opportunity to go ahead and jump on this type of video. I was going to include Friday sales, but I just felt a little bit guilty about making people wait that long, so I did ship those on Saturday morning. So this is just going to be Saturday, Sunday, and Monday sales for this Memorial weekend. Traditionally, this weekend is pretty slow for me. It kind of marks the slowdown for summer, and surprisingly, this one was pretty good. It wasn't, my best weekend by any means, but I still did make $497 within those 3 days. And for those of you who are wondering, we're going to break down those numbers for you. On Saturday, it was $88. On Sunday, it was $211. And on Monday, it was $198. And then for those of you who are like, yes, but what about fees and cost of goods? Don't worry, we're getting into that. After fees on the sites, it was only Poshmark that I made sales on. It was $368.53. I sold 19 items at a $2 average cost of goods. So subtract 38 from that, and you're looking at $330.53. Woo! So a little over $100 a day that is going into my bank account, essentially. And yes, I know that there are taxes and things like that, but I think it's kind of funny that there's this weird double standard with resellers and people who work a traditional job. Like, yeah, people who work a traditional job also pay, taxes on their $25 an hour or whatever. So why is it so necessary for resellers to say, oh, I had this much in taxes when nobody really shares that information? So, I get why people want really big breakdowns of numbers and things like that. But at the same time, that's so odd that for resellers, it's like, yes, but you're going to be taxed. It's like, yes, everybody gets taxed. So first item we're going to jump into, we're going to do Saturday's sales. So we've got a J. Crew scoop neck cardigan. This item sold for $26, and I made $18.78. So after cost of goods, about $16.78. I didn't include cost of goods in the what I made, or what, after site fees. So just keep in mind, you can subtract $2 from that information. This item sold in under 30 days for me. And I believe it was a bins pickup. Can't remember exactly, but it sold in under 30 days. Cannot complain about that. J. Crew has just come out really strong within this year. Last year I kind of struggled with it and was thinking about not really picking up a lot of items, and I didn't pick up a lot of items, and I'm kind of wishing I did, because now everything just seems to be selling really well. So this item is a Madewell top. It is in the Fiesta Silk. It sold for $21. It did have a slight flaw. The button on the back that for the keyhole back is starting to come loose, but it is still there and still workable. It just definitely needs to be replaced eventually. I've noticed with Madewell, if there's any sort of slight flaw, it takes forever and a day for the item to sell. This one took over 60 days. I had recently relisted it. I made $16.80 after the site fees, but yeah, I need to stop picking up Madewell that has flaws, no matter how small they are, because it just doesn't work out. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to take a sip of water. Do you guys like my new little setup? This is literally one of my death pile bins with my shoe trifold poster board on top of it, but it's working, so it's better than me doing it on the floor and you guys only seeing the top of my head. Now you can see my forehead too. So next was a bundle, surprisingly. I did let these pieces go for way less. However, I just, was happy about clearing items. So we have a Not Your Daughter's jeans in a straight leg that I picked up, I think, pretty recently from the bins. Then we have a pair of Prana convertible pants where you can zip off the lower half of the leg and wear them as shorts. They sold for $30. And I made $24. So $12 a piece. However, bins items, I mean, you gotta really level with yourself when when you're picking up items from the bins. Like, yes, I could wait and make this much money, but I want to turn and burn on some of this, and I want to make my money fast. The last item from our slow Saturday was this Madewell Triangle bralette. It sold for $11. I picked it up at the bins. After fees and shipping costs, $6.03 is coming back to me. So by no means a heavy hitter. However, it sold in under 60 days. And it sold pretty quickly after I sent out some sale offers. So it is an item that has interest on Poshmark, and I would pick it up at the bins again. I do like to put the label over the seam of the packaging. Sorry, I don't know why my brain's not working, but I do like to put it over the seam of this just so that, one, I don't have to use tape to reinforce an item, and two, it just feels more secure. So I know a lot of people will just close it right at the end and let the excess air hang, but I like to make them smaller also so they're more likely to be put into a regular mailbox. I don't know. It could just be my paranoia and have zero scientific fact behind it, but it's how I feel, guys. So we're gonna get into Sunday sales. This is so hard, it not being Friday to Sunday and being Saturday to Monday. So this is a wrap London dress. It's a Lag & Look brand, sold in the UK, WRAP wrap. And I've had really good luck selling their dresses. I found 3 pieces at a $2 per item sale that was going on at a local thrift store near me, and I picked them up. I think this is one of those pieces. It sold for $33 in under 60 days, which brought back $24.38 after fees and shipping discount. The sweater that I recently showed in a What Sold video didn't sell for as much. It sold during a discount day that I did for $16, but I think it was more so the season than the actual item having no good luck, if that makes sense. Here we have AG jeans in the ex-boyfriend style. These sold for full price for $65. I had them at $75, I believe. And then I just lowered the price because they weren't getting as much interest as I expected. And somebody swooped in and paid full price. So $52 returned to me. After that $2, I'm looking at $50 profit. Sold in a couple weeks. Love AG jeans in the ex-boyfriend style. If I could find a small stack of those, that would make me very happy. Next we have 7 for All Mankind. And yes, I still pick up 7 for All Mankind. These were the patchwork jeans. They did take over 60 days to sell, which seems to be kind of the case with 7 for All Mankind. It's not the fact that nobody wants them. It's just it takes a while to find the right buyer for specific styles outside of the dojo and even the A pocket, which is a little bit more popular. These sold for $29. I make a profit of $20.22, and they did sell in a little over 60 days. Come on now. Next, we have a pair of pants that I let go at a primo price, and it's because there was a flaw and I felt guilty. These do need the button replaced on the fly. They're Alexander Wang leather and wool pants. I had them listed at $100, then I lowered them to $80, I think, and then was sending out offers, and because they were nearing the 60 days, I did go ahead and take an offer for $35. So I made $28. However, I did pick these up for a little less than $10 at a traditional thrift store. Though again, my average cost of goods, $2 because of how much I shop at the bins. So yeah, $28. Not bad. Here we have Eddie Bauer. This is a button down new with tags. I don't pick up Eddie Bauer unless I find it new with tags. This style was just a basic button down plaid. It sold for $14 when I sent out sale offers. After fees, $9.03, and it sold in under 1 month. Sales pile is just building over in this corner. So we have Banana Republic. This is a size extra large, which was the main reason I picked it up. That and the fact that it was still in excellent condition. This is called the Poet Blouse. And I did put pirate and cottagecore in the listing as well, just because it did have that nice flowy base layer look to it. It sold for $19 with a shipping discount, which turnarounds into $13.78. And it sold within a month. The last item, I believe, yes, the last item from this day is going to be a Madewell boxy top. This actually came up in a thredUP box that I did not haul for you guys on camera, just because, one, the box came so smashed that I was worried that some of the items had gotten harmed, and some of them were a little wet. And two, when I looked in the box and saw the amount of like crappy brands that were just sitting right on top, I was like, this isn't going to be like a fun video for anybody to watch. So, but this was one of the items that I did decide to list, and it is a very thick cotton blouse. So really nice for it reminds me of like the 80s crop tops that you wear over sports bras to go do your jazzercise and stuff like that. Just remember my mom having a lot of these. So it sold for $16 with shipping discount. $10.78 goes back to me. Sold within days. Now we're on to yesterday, which is Monday's sales. First, we have a Miracle Suit swim tank. This did not have the bottoms with it, but I decided to still pick it up a couple months ago at the bins. It did sit for a while, which is to be expected because we were still transitioning out of winter. I had recently just relisted it because it hit the 60-day mark. It sold for $26 with shipping discount, so I make $18.78. The next item, I actually purchased this for myself. However, there was such little coverage in the front that I was like, no, this isn't gonna work for me. It's a Free People mini low back dress. Yeah, it's a size large. I did sell it for less than what I purchased it for, but c'est la vie, that's kind of the risk with Free People these days, is that it just doesn't retain as much value as I would like. It sold for $19 with shipping discount. I make $13.18. It did sell within a month. Could I have waited for more money? Yes, but turn and burn, guys. Turn and burn. Princess Polly Grasby mini dress. I am probably never going to pick up this brand again. All of the items I have picked up have taken months and sold for under $15. And yeah, I don't know. And the brand, it's not that great when it comes to its sizing. So it sold for $10. I make $5.03 after shipping discount and site fees. Oh my god. I hope that's not too loud. They've got the mower out there. They just mowed yesterday. I don't understand. So here we have Good American. These are the Good Waist crop jeans. They're $33 and I make $24.38 after fees. I'm back. So decided to close the window because that was getting really loud. These are the Good American Good Waist crop jeans. I got these in the recent Thread Up denim box that I unboxed. That was so repetitive the way I said that. They sold for $33. With a shipping discount, I make $24.38. They sold within 3 days. The next item took forever to sell. I don't know if this brand is just having a downward spiral or what, but it was flax, size medium, 100% linen, in a neutral cream color. The top sold for $15 with a shipping discount. I make $9.98. It took months though. I don't know. This is a recent haul piece from the liquidation I got. This is a new without tags Monroe terry cloth romper. This item was sold on Saks Fifth Avenue. It's a cerulean blue. Very like Y2K, almost Juicy Couture vibe with the terry cloth. I did have this listed for $70, I want to say, and I received an offer for $45. I went ahead and took it because, one, my cost of goods on the items from this liquidation were $6 after I received a credit for receiving new without tag items instead of new with tag items. So I make $36. It sold within a day. So if you see the Monroe terry cloth rompers or like pants, I picked them up for sure. Last item that we have today is Lululemon Aligns, because of course you have to have a Lululemon sell within your weekend for it to be a decent weekend. These sold for $50 within days. They did have a shipping discount, so I made $37.98 after site fees. So $35.98 after cost of goods. I picked these up at the bins recently. They were in a haul. They were the incognito gray camo. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. They make me happy. They're a size 4. They sold with Lululemon and its decline on items selling quickly. You know, picking up a pair of Aligns at the bins and selling them that fast makes me very happy. So that is all I have for you guys when it comes to sales items. Hopefully you enjoyed this format, even though it's still kind of janky. A little bit better than my previous Ship With Me videos. Let me know down in the comments if that's the case. And I will see you next time.